Chance's story started in March of last year. I was on Craigslist just looking for a heat lamp for my other lizard and came across this picture of an iguana that looked half dead. I was really disturbed by her picture and I kept thinking about it. So I started calling around trying to find a rescue that could take her. And everywhere I called was dead ends. And then I contacted Lollypop, and Lollypop immediately got involved and said, if you can get her, we will take her. I arranged with the previous owner to come out and get her. And when I got there, it was just as bad as I had expected. She was living in a closet with nothing to climb on, very little heat source. She had been attacked by a dog, and she did have healing injuries. She was very, very, very thin, very, very dirty, and she was so cold that she was stiff. I had a carrier for her that was preheated, and I had a spray bottle of warm water to keep soaking her because she was so dehydrated. I wasn't even sure if she would survive to Lollypop. She was actually moving around by the time we got to Lollypop because of the heat. They brought her right back and put her in for a soak. They let me know later that day that she was perking up, that the vet looked at her and said, looks like she might be able to make a recovery. So let's just give her some food and a nice warm place to be and keep her nice and moist and see how she does. From there, I started reading because I was fascinated with her. She was one of the coolest creatures I had ever had my hands on. And when I dropped her off at Lollypop, I actually left very sad. I did not want to leave her. I wanted to take her home, but I knew nothing about iguanas, except that they're really big and hard to care for. I was doing all this research and learning and educating myself. It's like, okay, it's a lot to do, but it's manageable. It's all stuff that I could do. I went to go visit her a couple of times, and I walked away and thought, I have to take her home. She has to be mine. Chance is one of the sweetest animals in the world. She is a cuddler like you wouldn't believe. I would never have expected a lizard to cuddle or to give kisses or to give hugs, and she does all of those things. She's very, very social. She likes people. She likes to interact. She definitely loves me. Another thing that surprised me with Chance was the relationship that her and my cat, Daenerys, have developed. They have been known to share Chance's heating pad and be snuggling next to each other with Daenerys' head on top of Chance's back. And they are very gentle with each other. They're just buddies. Reptiles in general kind of have this reputation as being not the best pet, not the most interactive pet. If you do your research and you provide that animal with a good home, it can be exceedingly rewarding. If anyone out there is interested in having a reptile as a pet, I would strongly encourage you to consider finding a reptile that's in need of a home, and Lollypop is a great place to do that. Lollypop was just so welcoming to a reptile in high need of care. If it hadn't been for Lollypop, Chance most likely wouldn't have survived. And it was just such a wonderful experience and heartwarming to know that there's a shelter like Lollypop in our community that will reach out and take responsibility for the animals that a lot of people see as throwaway pets. I've only ever had one other pet that I have had this strong of a connection with other than Chance. And she's my girl. She just makes me so happy.